Tempo Storm versus Counter Logic Gaming. Tempo Storm going to be your CT-sided team. Counter Logic Gaming will be your T-sided team. As Tempo got their side choice on this map because it was CLG's map pick. So we're going to get into round number 1 on map number 1 right now. And actually a 4-man stack at the A-bomb site for Tempo Storm.
Yeah,
it's going to pay off.
Guessing right, but they have to make sure their B player doesn't get punished alone. But instant frags for Hades and Stanislaw. Good way to start the round, and JDM walking away, licking his wounds.
Ooh, Gloren's going to be in that bomb site trying to hold by himself. Tarek will take him down as Shazam removes Cutler. So it's all going to be up to Tarek and JDM. JDM will make it in the bomb site with only 14 HP. Got to put the bomb down. Tempo Storm going to try and make this 4-man retake attempt happen. And they're gearing up towards the bomb site at the moment. One player going to be real close, completely blind. He actually has to fall back. Here it comes. They're all pushing their way in, trying to get the angles, and Hades and Rix will cut those down. Hades jumps on that defuse. That's going to be Tempo Storm picking up the pistol.
Yeah, good work from them, forcing the engagement really early on in the round, catching the early frags. I noted that Glorens might be in trouble as the lone player in B, but because they were able to get those opening frags at A, it didn't even matter. Once Glorens was overrun, the man advantage was so clear for Tempo Storm that it was an easy retake for them, and even the non-kitted member taking the 10-second defuse, just a walk in the park for them on that retake. And with that, we're going to be going with a pretty mixed buy, rifles and SMGs, specifically MP7s. It's an interesting choice of gun. We do see a fair amount of MP7s, but I feel like it's mostly MP9s and UMPs that we see. But I think the MP7's a very underrated gun, and Rix and Hades just going to town with those rifles.
And yeah, Rix is able to pick up 2. Hades is able to get in there. Finesse. Cutler does get the bomb planted, though, for CLG as Shazam rotates in, takes down Cutler. That's going to make it 2-0 in favor of Tempo Storm. But 2 bomb plants in a row, CLG will definitely be buying up this next round.
Yeah, luckily to counter that, Tempo Storm didn't drop a single player, so they're going to be able to hold on to all of those guns. Be curious to see whether or not they choose to hold on to those MP7s, because they are going to be going up against a full buy and even an op on JDM, courtesy of both of those bomb plants. Stanislaw throws away his MP7. He's going to be picking up an M4, but Shazam looks like he's just going to be rocking the MP7. I hope for his sake he does not get punished for it, but still, it can be a very effective weapon if used properly in close range.
So now, AK's in the hands of Counter Logic Gaming, all except for JDM with the op in his. He's going to try and work that. He's going to... Tarek's going to be out middle. He's going to get caught by the vent player. That's actually Glorens. Counter spam coming back in from Counter Logic Gaming. Nothing's really going to gain too much traction. I mean, Stanislaw will go down to 80 HP. Not the best hit there to try and counter what just happened to Tarek, but Tempo Storm still going to be with their best foot forward at the moment. That player at Sandbags will be Shazam right there, directly across from Cutler. Haven't quite seen each other yet at the moment. Still just waiting it out. And we have Cutler waiting. Shazam waiting also. Very patient from these guys. This looks like it's going to be a B-take attempt. Cutler's going to put his back out to Shazam, though. Does anything happen? Shazam still lurking down into that frag. How does he not go out yet? Finally goes out and takes Cutler down as Glorens will pick up JDM. Finesse will go down in the checkered room. And Tempo Storm is cutting Counter Logic Gaming down this round. Still not dropping a player into one of these gun rounds. They've only dropped 1 in total so far in the 3 rounds they played, and that was Glorens at B when he was by himself getting pushed by like 3 CLG members.
Yeah, not the start that CLG is looking for, and they're going to be forced on another an early eco here because they did choose to buy up early, and those Tempo Storm players were able to upgrade all those FAMASs to better rifles, and Shazam throwing away that MP7 for a real rifle. So Tempo Storm looking really good early on in this game, and they've banked a massive economy so far. I mean, pretty much, except for that 1 death on Gloren. It's about the biggest economy they could ask for at this point in the game, and they have been giving up the A bomb site on these eco rounds, and so far they hadn't really been punished for it. This round, they had a lot of players alive, and even JDM getting the bomb down early.
It's going to be, so far, the 3rd bomb plant in the game. We're into round 4. Counter Logic getting the bomb down quite consistently. They just got a hold for these retakes. Hayes is able to get one before he goes down. Cutler gets melted. Now it's all up
Look
to
at
Tarek.
though. Oh my god, he's falling.
Can he get this off? Oh my goodness. How did he not make that happen? Shazam will turn around, shut him down. 2K for Glorens. Tempo Storm will be up 4-0 over Counter Logic Gaming.
Yeah, Eventually, I guess the players in sight realized that their ears had to pick up all the information they needed, and they did eventually flick around and take down Tarek. But he did such a good job of following the players into the site and not committing too early. I mean, it kind of looked lame because he didn't get to make a huge play happen, but he was going for a huge play. One frag wouldn't have been enough for him right there. It would have been, pointless just to kill that first guy right off the bat and then get instantly traded out. The way he was playing it, he was looking for a round win there. If he was able to take down, the bomb diffuser and, one of the guys that was with him right off the bat, maybe he could have been able to fight for it. But I do respect that he didn't just commit on the easy opening frag just for the frag's sake.
So it's still going to be a 5-on-5 battle here into round 5. No trades have happened yet. No one's got any frags out. CounterLogic Gaming is going to be geared up at the moment towards the A bomb site. They're going to have Finesse, JDM. There goes JDM. Rix just pops his head up, makes the fingered shot onto JDM, takes him down easily. Now we're going to have that 5 versus 4 advantage for Tempo. Might turn into a 4-on-4 as Hades gets caught out in the middle by Hazed. And they still haven't fully committed here to this A bomb site, but now Finesse goes down out in A main as Rix will rotate his way around at the forklift to hit that shot, and it's going to be a 4 versus 3 in favor of Tempo Storm. Bomb down A. Now it's a 3-on-3. Now it's a 3-on-2, but Stan is right there, and same with Glorens. Glorens actually hits the shot. Stan can't make his happen. It's going to be Glorens 1v2 at the moment. Molotov will come down. I don't think it's going to reach Cutler, though. And Glorens will try and rotate his way around as he has Tarek actually back up into the quad. They're both looking in the same direction at the moment. Nobody knows that he slipped his way into the bomb site just yet. He might have a good chance here. He's going to see the first one. Going to look for the quad player. Can he hit the shot? And he will. And Tempo Storm will stay perfect thanks to Glorens getting the 1 versus 2 clutch.
Yeah, huge play by Gloren, stepping up big for his team, and that was easily the most significant round that CLG had, and it was ripped right from them with a great play. Gloren's going to be able to throw away that rifle and grab an op for his boy Shazam, and I love how he crept up in front of the quad box to kill, I think it was Cutler who was, although he was sitting there against the that wooden box, and then he was able to just get that one frag and know that he had his back to a wall, and you'd be able to just force that one-on-one engagement instead of potentially peeking into 2 crosses at the same time. Really great play in this round. We're going to see JDM boosted up. He's going to hit Rix through a wall and I think in the leg as well. So Rix going to be blessed there and stay alive with 60 HP there. Very easily could have gotten taken down, so I'm sure he's counting his blessings this round. Rix is definitely a very aggressive player. He loves to frag, and I think he definitely is going to get scared away from peeking mid again this round.
So Rix not wanting to go for that peek again, took a grip of damage, 40 to be exact there from JDM. Would have been better if JDM could have collected that shot. But even when CLG has had an advantage going into a round, Tempo Storm figures out a way to come back from that, and Shazam out middle will shut down Haze. That'll make it 5-on-4 in favor of Tempo Storm as Shazam will rotate away from mid, concede control to mid as JDM will finally punish Rix. That'll even it out 4-on-4 here, so both players killed for each team have been taken down by the Oppers respectively. JDM goes down to Shazam a little too fast for him. Bomb still down out in A main. Finesse is right there again, but Shazam looking for that shot as Tarek will work his way up the highway. Can he get in here and make the shot? Oh, he's able to get the first one on the Glorens, but Shazam trades him. Hades gets one in the sight. Now, it's all up to Finesse by himself. Last man standing. Goes to put the bomb down, goes for the fake as the Molotov comes in, gets opt and punished for it. Shazam will get himself a 4K. That'll make it 6-0 Tempo Storm.
And Tempo Storm just refusing to let off the gas here. I saw a lot of people talking about Tempo Storm recently and their really solid play. It seems like they've been hitting their stride lately, and they've been putting together, especially in scrims. I saw a lot of people linking scrims where they were just dominating teams like Cloud9 and Keyed Stars. It seems like they haven't quite been able to put it together in their matches yet, but I mean, this is a really strong looking Tempo Storm. They are just bullying CLG around, and nothing CLG has done has been able to break it. I mean, Tempo Storm is even playing a really passive A setup when they know CLG is ecoing, and CLG has gone there every time, and they still can't win around. They're essentially giving them the site, and CLG still just unable to hold off the retake. And oh, great shot by Rix.
Oh, Glorens actually takes on his own teammate there. There goes JDM at the end of the exchange. Rix might be a little mad there that gloren's ended up killing him. Doesn't matter, they get the round win though. That's actually a team ace. Every player from Tempo Storm got themselves a frag. That makes it 7-0. Tempo Storm will be up and perfect.
Actually, one of them did get 2 frags there, so not quite a team ace, but yeah, it's a little team damage going out there. And you know, while Rix is a very frag hungry player, he loves to get aggressive. He loves to force engagements. I think he is smart enough. Well, in fact, no, I'm not gonna say I think. I know he is smart enough to recognize that round wins, especially against a team like CLG, are way more important than him just being able to frag out. So I'm sure he could get team killed every round and he will be happy with this outcome. Well, maybe not every round. I think that would be upsetting after a while, but you know what I mean. He could get a few more team kills before he really gets super upset, as long as they keep winning and putting CLG in their place like this. Now CLG executing on the A site with guns up. Tara clearing forklift. Just can't find a frag.
Yeah, I mean, they have relatively good executes into the A bomb site, considering Tempo Storm is playing this pretty slack here, playing for the retake every time. Rix doesn't get punished just quite yet. JDM finally takes him down. That's a trade out frag now. It's going to make it a 4-on-4, but JDM has to use this op effectively here. Take down Hades, actually the first one out. Shazam is actually already up towards the highway. There goes Shazam. Hades should get taken down, so the retake attempt coming from Tempo Storm, getting shut down at the time. And Stanislaw gets ripped apart right there at the end after taking down Tark. 2K for Finesse, 2K for Tark. That makes it 7-1. Tempo Storm very close to officially winning this half.
Yeah, and Tempo Storm getting punished for leaving the A bomb site as open as they were. It worked for so many rounds in a row, but once CLG got out there and got all of the A bomb site control with rifles, they weren't able to crack back into the site. And they also did a good job of holding on to the supplementary nades just to keep the CLG members away and forcing them into bad peaks. So good on them so far, but I don't think Tempo Storm is going to be making this kind of mistake again. Actually, they're going to be pushing right through Squeaky. They might be able to catch a frag. Color going down right off the bat, courtesy of Rix. They're going to be falling back. Actually, both teams are going to be falling away from A.
So now, with that one-man advantage, will be Tempo Storm not taking any damage. No punishment coming for them to be able to take down Color early into it. So it's going to be Tarek, Finesse, JDM, and Hazed versus Hades, Stan, Rix, Shazam, and Glorens. Have to be bomb site pretty much on lock at the moment. They've actually rotated the #1 man of Hades into that A bomb site to play a little bit more defensively, and it pays off as he takes down Finesse. The bomb on the back of Hazed, and JDM will both be rotating in towards the B bomb site. Hazed will be the first one out, trying to work this shot towards headshot. He's going to see the gun from Stan, I believe. But can he get out in time? He makes the first shot, goes to smoke again or flash, and gets punished by Stan. And actually Shazam peeks out and hits the shot onto JDM with just the pistol. And that was cold-blooded right there by Shazam.
Very cold-blooded, and a really good read from him, knowing that JDM was going to be standing in that same position. I mean, whatever, the op throw is what it is. JDM didn't bite on it, but I definitely think if he tried to slow peek it with a scoped in op, he would have been punished for it. So being able to fly out with that 5.7, hit a quick shot before JDM was even able to react was definitely the right play. And CLG is going to be bought up this round, but their economy is not in great shape. If they really want to have any semblance of hope of coming back in this half, they're going to need a round win right here, because if they lose this, their economy is going to be shot. Tempo Storm has already shown that they're here to compete. Yeah. And, who knows what's going to happen from that point on.
Yeah, Tempo Storm looking very good here so far into this. Haven't dropped a player yet into round 10. Holding on very effectively. And I really like this retake they're playing at A. It's only lost them 1 round so far. They're very good at retaking here. They work well as a unit. And they stack over towards the B bomb site in case there's going to be a fat B hit initially. And it hasn't been a fat B hit just yet. Tark will avoid the initial flashbang. Rix will take him down, but Hazed is there at the bottom of the highway to trade that frag out. And now we have quite a few of the Tempo players towards the B bomb site, and it's going to be an A hit coming in here. It's up to Hades, hits the first shot. Can he line up the last 2? Not quite able to. Color will go down to 58 HP, has to try and pick up the bomb here. But the plant is going to be mollied out, so he doesn't have a lot to do in A. Down to about 30 seconds, has to commit to the cross, tries to make it across over Glorens. Glorens will end up spraying with that silenced M4 and hit the shot onto Cutler. That makes it 9-1. Tempo Storm winning the half quite effectively.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like they are just getting going. Rix, you could tell he's in frag mode. He just bought a P90. He knows what's up. That 50 bullet cannon, if he positions himself right, could just soak up a round. And historically they've been playing really passively on rounds where they know CLG is going to be saving over in the A bomb site, but it looks like actually they're going to be continuing that. I thought they would, in response, play it a little more aggressively, but it seems like they're making the correct decision and not doing that because CLG has, I guess, themselves wisened up to their inability to take A. And here we go. Rix from bench. He's going to get a huge spray down here. 50 bullets. The cannon. They're all lined up. Oh, he gets a bunch. I thought he was going to be able to lock up those last two.
Yeah, and actually, he's just going to completely punish Cutler, and Finesse is going to run away here. He's going to try and make his way through the vents to try and get a flank off if he's able to. Going to try and drop down through the vent with the Tech 9, but Shazam was ready for it. And the nade damage coming out, I believe Cutler hit a bad nade, which did a ton of damage to all of his teammates. I think it was Cutler that did, as he's just had damage on Finesse when Finesse just died. But that will make it 10-1. Tempo Storm looking excellent right now. And Rix and Shazam doing everything right at the moment. I mean, Shazam's only died twice so far.
Yeah, and I mean, that's huge for an AWPer to not only be able to frag heavily, but also stay alive and make sure they have that AWP working constantly. I mean, it's very easy to single them out as the two main fraggers. They've definitely been doing a bulk of the heavy lifting, but there's no one on the Tempo Storm team that has, you know, messed up once. I think Rix almost got caught out right there. That would be a huge notable mess up, but even still, it seems like they're returning to form.
Still not getting punished yet. And man, Tarek actually punishes two right there. That's Shazam and his teammate, actually. He's forced himself now into a 1 versus 2 as Hades and Rix are going to be on the rotate attempt here. They're going to wait for each other to get closer. Rix is already up top. We're actually going to have Hades going to be the long rotate man. Tarek is going to be playing down at the generator towards the headshot. Tries to hit the headshot onto Hades. Hits the initial shot. Now he's looking for Rix. Doesn't quite know where he is. Now he hears him. Tries to escape into the checkered room, but makes it around the corner. Can Rix get into the site? Not able to get up over the jump fast enough. Tarek will get the 3K. Technically 4 with the kill onto Josh. But that's going to be 2 rounds for CLG. As we hit round 13, Tempo will be up by 8 in total.
Yeah, and Rix was definitely getting death cam comms from his teammates, so I'm surprised he wasn't able to pop out and kill Tarek fast enough. But good work by Tarek, staying aware and doing a good job of moving, avoiding that aggressive push from Rix, and then peeking out at the right time. I mean, Rix saw him go over there in the into the checker area. I'm surprised he didn't just at least look over in that direction while he was hopping up into the site. There's no real reason he needs to look at the rail just to do a standard crouching jump to hop up there. But, you know, either way, they're looking really good on this game so far. And because CLG has their money is so all over the place, they have a player with a Tech 9 and 2 Galils. They are not even fully gunned up. And if they lose this round, it's going to get only worse for them. This is a tremendous start for Tempo Storm, regardless of how that last round shook out.
So already getting a grip of damage done onto JDM. Hayes is going to make his way towards the corner of that bomb site. Shazam is going to get burned down for a second. Hayes is still right there, just playing the angle of this smoke. Now he's got another one. He's going to leak out a little bit as he will take down Stan. Shazam is there for the trade out frag, though. That'll make it a 4-on-4, as it looks like Counterlogic Gaming is trying to make their way into the A-bomb site at the moment. Site take is coming. Hades is back at quad. He's going to drop a Molotov down so they can't push directly onto him. He hits the first shot. Will he turn in time? Finesse goes down out in mid, and that's going to shut down Tarek and JDM for the time being. There goes the bomb. It's dropped. It's all up to Tarek again, and he can't get it off this time. Gets himself a frag before he goes down, and that will make it 11-2. Tempo Storm will be up as we hit around 14.
Yeah, man, they just show no signs of slowing down. They've been dominating pretty much all over the place. They've been, I mean, effectively giving Counterlogic Gaming the A bomb site, and they're still winning those retakes. They almost nearly can't crack their way into the B bomb site. Whenever they try to go out mid and try to split, Rix and a combination of Shazam are really, they've been mixing up, doing a good job. I've just been punishing them. There is almost no opening for CLG. I guess the opening is the A bomb site. I mean, Tempo Storm is just giving it to them. Even this round, they're just giving it to them. And CLG just cannot hold off a retake.
Yeah, that's... Oh, man, they're going to play this retake once again. Shazam will take down JDM. Tarek's going to try and push his way up. Rec 9. Hades will get him. Does Tempo get away, or excuse me, Counterlogic Gaming get away with the bomb plant here as Hayes hits the 1D onto Rix. That'll be a rifle picked up. And Finesse is going to push out with a nice flashbang to get himself 2. Gets punished, though, as Hayes will take down. Who was that he got? Shazam. Now it's all up to Stanislaw. Silence M4 in hand. Cutler's going to peek out wide. Can he get both of these frags? He's got to go against Cutler. So weak. He's going to drop this nade down, and this could be it. That's going to... Oh, my goodness. He survives that somehow, and Stan's going to run over. He's going to jump on top of the box. He's going to hit the headshot, get onto the bomb with enough time to get the defuse off, and that is going to make it 12-2 in favor of Tempo Storm.
God, I feel that one for Cutler. Oh, man. That's just such a rough way to lose. He just couldn't frag, and he had every opportunity. Stannis had no bullets left in the M4 and just still couldn't put it together. Did a good job jiving in the sight, trying his hardest not to get hit, and even narrowly avoiding that grenade death. But man, what a great play there to win that 1-on-2, and Tempo Storm further extending their lead into the last round of the half. A potential 13-2 for Tempo Storm. This is not good for CLG, and this is CLG's map.
Not in the least bit. No, yeah, this is
Ricks,
a rough
bumping
look.
into somebody.
Ricks can't find it, finally does onto Hazed. Finesse will remove Stan, but quickly gets mopped up by Glorens, and Glorens is able to get himself a secondary one as Rick drops in from the vent. Now it's all up to Cutler. He hits the initial shot. Repeat coming from Glorens, and Glorens will get himself 3, and that will make it 13-2 half in favor of Tempo Storm. And Counter Logic Gaming is looking rough here.
Looking, well, I mean, they're definitely not looking great. Especially, I think that Cutler one-on-one really highlights their inability to stay calm and just lock up a round win. But I think more so than CLG playing poorly, which they definitely are, is Tempo Storm playing out of their minds. Hitting, I didn't see them miss a shot. Like, there were very few mistakes you can call out from that. Like missing shots or having players wander by them. I can't even think of any off the top of my head. It seemed like almost literally every gunfight went in the favor of a Tempo Storm member, and the scores are reflecting it. Everyone is positive on that team. Stanislaw, the quote-unquote bottom fragger for Tempo Storm right now with 9 frags, is tied with the other team's top fragger. Everyone on Tempo Storm getting it done, and just no one on CLG can crack them right now.
Yeah, they're looking very good here, very fresh, very on point. It's Tempo Storm. CLG's going to have a tough battle ahead of them to come back from this as we are going to enter the half here. And man, Tempo Storm was just hitting great shots, winning those one-on-one battles, and looking very good.
Yeah, and I said before, it seemed like they were hitting their stride, and if this isn't their stride, then God, I don't know. I don't want to know what is, but they've been playing just fantastically. Let's see if they can close it out. A quick pistol round here would pretty much lock it up, as they are only 3 rounds away from winning this map, and they were able to win the first pistol round of this series and in the first half of this game. So let's see if they can keep it up. Pistol rounds have been a huge factor tonight. I cannot imagine this one won't be.
Yeah, this is all but done if Tempo Storm picks up this pistol round here over CLG. Because at that point, that's a 14th round. CLG wants to try and play for the win, not the time. They'll have to try and eco out against a bot-up Tempo Storm. And then if they are allowed to get that 15th round, of course, there'll be a full buyout, very weak with full guns coming from Tempo. That's exactly the position that CLG would not like to be in this early into this. I mean, it's only round 16, and we're already talking about working towards match point.
Yeah, man, CLG just unable to get a grip on this series. And actually, they kind of mirroring what Tempo Storm was doing to them, playing a little bit of a give up on A. Actually, looks like we're going to see a mid and A split. Let's see if the CLG members can hold it off. FNS going to be the first one engaging, and he just can't catch a frag.
Wow, Finesse finally finds one onto Ricks, but Stan is quickly able to trade that out. And now it's going to be a rush into that A bomb site. Cutler's going to be close there, trying to work out of the smoke. He's able to hit some good shots. JDM also. JDM's going to throw that grenade. Does it land on its mark? I don't think it really did. But Tarek on the flank will take down Glorens. And Stan actually backs up directly into A main. Yeah, no call there. But Hades will take down Tarek. There goes Shazam. Now it's all up to Hades, and he gets taken down. So CLG gets that pistol, does what they need to keep themselves alive in this. But at this point, still, we got to be looking at the fact that it might be too little too late, because Tempo Storm did get that bomb plant. So third round of second half, they will be buying up if they don't get an armor pistol buy off right now.
Yeah, no. Tempo Storm did get oddly sloppy there over at... Well, it was a combination of them getting a little bit sloppy and CLG just finally hitting shots. We saw FNS, the first player to engage, he did eventually get a frag, but he whiffed his entire clip before it, and then just had to sit there reloading as he faces impending death. That is not a good look for them. And I feel like that engagement right there has been so indicative of this series. Just you know, CLG dumping an entire clip for one frag and getting punished for it. Like that seems like the motto of this game for them so far.
Yeah. So it will just be a pistol upgrade coming from Tempo Storm. The CLG has upgraded into some SMGs and a few rifles coming out, and they're trying to work these as best as they can. They're having some luck so far. Cutler will take down Shazam. Execute will be coming out mid, though. And it looks like it might just be a fake in mid at the moment as the bomb is going to rotate towards B. And they've pulled everyone towards the A bomb side at the moment, all except for Hayes. Rix gets caught out in the middle. So now it's going to force the CTs on to re-rotate back over as Hayes will hit the first shot on the Glorens. Here comes Tarek stepping in for the cleanup frags. Able to hit those two at the end. That actually makes him get a 3K on the round, and that'll be 13-4 in favor of Tempo.
Yeah, good on CLG for keeping Tempo Storm at arm's length, but because of that bomb round and a relatively cheap, the bomb plant on round 1 and the relatively cheap round 2, Tempo Storm easily able to buy up here, and they're actually going to be facing 2 MP7s, a FAMAS, and then 2 M4s. So I would say this round actually potentially even favors Tempo Storm in the firepower department. The one thing they're lacking is a good set of supplementary nades. They have 1 smoke to deal with and what, 3, 4 flashes? That's not really a lot, but with Hades starting things off right with a frag, they know there's going to be a player in Squeaky. They know the site's going to be open and they're going to be able to pin him in there. That is not what FNS is looking for, and they're just going to close the door on him. That is savage.
Oh my goodness, Rix is going to shut it down now. Rix is going to be going for finesse, ends up killing him, and the early buy coming from Tempo Storm is working out. This is dangerous territory now for Counterlogic Gaming, as only Tarek is left alive. He's going to get slightly aggressive towards CT. Peek out. Stan is going to take him down. Stan gets 2. Rix gets the other 2. Hades gets himself 1. That will make it 14-4. Eco round probably coming from CLG unless they're going to buy out and fight for the win, not the tie.
Yeah, and oh man, that was just such a good round from Tempo Storm. And not only having Hades go 1 for 1 alone there in the Squeaky area, but then dealing with how they dealt with FNS and knowing that the site would be open because FNS stayed in there instead of just hopping right back out with the MP7. I could totally see why he would have wanted to upgrade his gun right there, but you know, I also assume he didn't know how many players were in A main. But if he had just hopped back and been able to get to the site instead of fighting unnecessarily for that AK-47, could have been a completely different round. There's some good spam going out for the terrorists right off the bat. But, JDM might actually get caught if Hades keeps this up.
Yeah, no, he's actually going to get caught by Shazam, and Shazam will pick up Cutler also. So now it's going to make this a 4 versus 3 in favor of Tempo Storm at the moment. Rotates coming out from away from the B bomb site towards A. Yep, all completely out. Let's see if they continue to try and work some picks here. Looks like they might be trying to work another pick at the A bomb site and hopefully pull this back towards B. And yeah, they're going to go get that bomb. They're going to rotate their way towards B right now. And they have pulled all of the Counterlogic Gaming players completely out of position. And they know it. Here comes the rotate coming down from the number 7 man. It's going to be Tarek. Up in mid. Gets a little too aggressive. Shazam will punish him for it. Flank from behind will be finesse. He finally goes down to Hades. Now it's all up to Hayes here to prevent Tempo Storm from going to match point in round 19. He's going to be 1 versus 4 on this retake attempt.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he is going to lock this one in, but he kind of has to go for it. He doesn't really have much of a chance, and he's going to go down pretty much immediately to Glorens. Tempo Storm now extending their lead 15-4, and they're going to be going up against 8 now, saving CLG. Man, if Tempo Storm can close this out 16-4, that would be a huge win against CLG. And they are, I mean, oddly enough, outclassing them right now. Like, this is not even a close game at all. Like, I mean, even, scoreline, obviously 16-4, not a close game. But when you look at the rounds that Tempo Storm has won, it's not like it's even come down to a bunch of one-on-ones or anything like that. Every round that Tempo Storm won, for the most part, save a few clutches they had, has just been pure dominance.
Oh, man.
Catching a dink and still being able to come away with the frag. Great shooting from him.
That's actually going to be Tarek able to take down Stanislaw. So now we're going to have Cutler, Tarek, Finesse, and JDM up alive. 4 players against Hades, Rix, Shazam, and Glorens at the moment into round 20. Advantage all in favor of Tempo Storm, who's on match point. Possibly the last round of this game, as we're going to have Finesse try and go on to a flank attempt here. As Rix and company are trying to work out, JDM will punish with the 5-7. Here comes Finesse coming from behind. Does he get hurt by the number 5 band of Glorens? No. No one has hurt him just yet. They're fully committed to try and take it into this A-bomb site, and Hades picks up 1. Shazam right there battling. He will go down, so now it's all up to Glorens. Low HP. Tark tries to go in for the knife, but Color will steal it away. and Counter Logic Gaming does not allow this game to end just yet.
Yeah, but even still, they have a huge hill to climb in front of them, and Tempo Storm not going to slow down either, just instantly going with the buy up. And I don't even know what to expect from CLG anymore. They go from really sloppy gun round to impressively clean pistol round, and they just been the amount of inconsistencies within the team has just been just painful to watch this game, I think.
So now we're going to have Tarek come out. Tarek takes down Hades. That's going to be a good entry initially. We're going to have Glorens here. Same with Stan. They both get punished by Tarek. He's going to try and pull out a 5-7 and make that happen again. Couldn't quite do it as Glorens will take him down. Now we're going to be into a 4 versus 3 in favor of Counter Logic Gaming at the moment. Still trying to push. Still trying to make something happen. Hades almost gets caught there. Goes down pretty low, Hazed goes down pretty low, down to 29 HP. Shazam works his way out mid. He does have a CT off to his right-hand side. That's Finesse playing the angle, takes him down. So Rix right there in mid. Can he get the shot onto Finesse? And he will. So it's going to be up to Rix and Glorens at the moment. Going to be 2 versus 3.
And it's also going to be pretty tough considering how lit up they are. If they win this round, then boy, is CLG going to be hurting. But it looks like this is one that they should be able to mop up. They have their players pretty evenly spread out around 2, cheating over towards A. That one man JDM in B. Not going to see a lot of action, but good thing for his teammates that they have pretty much chosen the correct site, and they're going to have Hayes kind of hopping back and forth between Z and Highway. They might be able to sneak in between Hayes' peaks, but it just doesn't seem like it. It's too much of a distance to clear, and they're not going to.
That's going to be Hayes able to take down Rix initially into it, so it's going to be up to Glorens. Going to work out Highway. Cutler right around the corner from him. Cutler will spin around, get the shot onto Glorens. That's going to be a 2K for Tarek, and that will make it 6-15. Tempo Storm still on match point, still trying to make something happen, but this is looking like an eco round coming from them.
Yes, I mean, CLG could potentially claw their way back into this. You don't want to rule anything out, but still, you got to imagine eventually it's going to catch up to them. And you know, we've seen, I feel like we see a lot of teams clean up games on eco rushes just because it's so unexpected and it's so hard to stop. Those Tech 9s can be really, really devastating. And they know, you know, Tarek's tendencies over at that bomb site, and they know JDM is going to have an op over there, so maybe they'll just overwhelm it. But man, the nade damage early on was huge.
Yeah, that's going to be all Hayes and Tarek able to shut that down. Tarek is able to get himself 3. Hayes gets himself 2, and that makes it 15-7. CLG is still battling back, so the comeback might be real here. But we're going back into gun round for Tempo Storm.
God, if CLG makes this comeback and then they can climb their way back into this game and tie it up and go to overtime, then who knows? Who knows with Counter-Strike anymore? Then anything is possible. But, I mean, Tempo Storm looked so dominant with rifles in their hands before on really both sides of the map, so I wouldn't be surprised if they can take control right now. And a lot of it's going to have to start with them being able to dictate the early picks on the rounds. It's a huge reason why they were so good on CT side, is because they got to choose whenever people were fighting who was engaging with who, pretty much. And so far they're going 1 for 1 out of A.
So still going to be at that match point.
Oh,
Tempo Storm from here
JDM.
on out. Oh, yeah. Gets caught there by Hades. That's going to make it a 4 versus 3. Bomb's going to go down. Shazam playing up top on that red, or just below the red. Not fully boosted into it here. And it's going to be a 2-man retake attempt. Counter Logic Gaming can't save here. They have to go for it to keep their team into this. So it's going to be Cutler and Tarek trying to get this. It's going to be an AWP and an AK. We have Tarek taking quite a bit of damage, though. He does get the shot off eventually. Still in the site will be Glorens. Glorens goes down. Rix is able to take down Tarek. And that's going to be Cutler trying to stick this. Shazam's got to hurry and get there. Jumps, able to get around the corner. Hits the headshot on the Cutler. That's a 16-7 victory for Tempo Storm in map number 1. Now, we're going to go to map number 2, and CLG has to battle back to try and make this a 1-1.
Yeah, Tempo Storm got a little loose with it towards the end, but either way, I mean, they looked really good. And had that even if they started on T side first, they were what? The score would have been what, 5-3 or something like that. They still would have been able to keep it really, really competitive. And they just had that such a lockdown CT side on that map. Now going into Inferno, they're going to be giving CLG the CT side of the map. But if Tempo Storm can just keep it competitive on the terrorist side of this map, and then really lock things down on CT, where it seems like they are really hitting their stride, then, man, this could be a tough loss for CLG. And right now, I was gonna say CLG is currently the second ranked team in CEVO-P right now, with Tempo Storm coming in as the fourth. Obviously, there are teams like Elevate that don't have all their games completed. I think Liquid still has a bunch to make up. They spent some time in Europe. Cloud9, if I'm not mistaken, although I'm not so sure about that one. But even still, this a win here for Tempo Storm would have huge ramifications on, or huge implications on them being able to potentially make the CEVO LAN. Because only three teams from each region are going to be joining the already 2 invited teams in Envy and Fnatic.
Yeah, and I mean, the only good thing coming here forward for CLG is the fact that they get their side choice on this map. That's going to help them out. So they're going to get CT advantage right off the bat. I'd imagine. I'd assume. I don't think anybody would pick T side on this, but
yeah, there's no
so
way.
so they should. Not should get their side choice. They're gonna get their side choice, which should be CT side, which should help them out. But I mean, they already had a little bit of not a little bit. They had a shaky CT side already on a lot more even of a map. And if Tempo Storm can do again what they did on the last map, this might be a really rough night here for CLG.
Yeah, and just going back off of what we were seeing in that HTC tournament right before we went live with this, it was CLG kind of seemed like they choked on the terror side of this map. And, it is important to note that they were playing Cloud9, which is a really strong squad right now. So it's not like you could say, oh, just because they choked against Cloud9 means they'll choke against anyone. But I don't know. Tempo Storm is playing really well right now. I kind of want to see Tempo Storm go up against Cloud9 in a real match right now because, man, they are playing lights out. I would not want to be playing Tempo Storm on Cash really ever from watching that.
Yeah, no, Tempo Storm looked on point on Cash, but now that we're getting into map number 2 here, it's going to be Inferno. We're just waiting for the players to ready up, so I believe what we're going to do, possibly, depending on if these guys start readying up, it doesn't look like they're going to ready up that fast. So we're going to go to a break while we wait for all the players to ready up. Once it's live and underway with the pistol, we will come back in-game and keep the cast going here, guys. So enjoy the break. We'll be back as soon as we can.